Some of the hardest days to follow Jesus are when you look around and feel like, you know what? Am I the only one still trying to follow Jesus? When everybody around you feels like they are traveling down a different path, when compromise feels like it's a normal thing in our world today, and obedience feels like it's something strange. Where Genesis 6 is that kind of world. I want you to listen to the simple verse in verse 9, or really just a phrase out of verse 9, one sentence. It says, Noah walked with God. 4 words in English and a whole life behind them. You see, Noah lives in a world that's full of corruption and violence. People are turning away from God. The current of his culture is running hard in the direction of disobedience. Yet, Scripture describes Noah with this simple phrase that he walked with God. Walking with God, it means that the pattern of his normal day was to please God, was to obey God. Think about it, the idea of walking as moving at the pace of real life, step by step, day by day. Faithfulness that keeps showing up no matter who's watching and what God is asking for. Walking with God means you keep company with God. It means you have relationship with Him. It means you listen to Him when He speaks. It means obeying even when it costs you something. It means trusting when you don't necessarily understand why He's asking you to do what He's asking you to do. And that's what Noah does. Faithfulness is a normal part of the pattern of his life. And there's a lot of freedom there. There's freedom in faithfulness. When you think about it and you look at the world, God's not asking you to fix the whole world. God never asked Noah to repair his culture. God called Noah just to stay close to Him. And his walk became his testimony. And that walk also became a shelter for him. That walk became something that God used when everything else felt unstable. It was the place that he could go and find the needed safety and security and purpose. And some of you need this today. Maybe you feel alone and isolated in following God. Feeling alone does not mean that you're wrong. Sometimes that's simply the cost of staying close to God in an age that has drifted far from Him. You might be the only one in your family trying to honor Christ. You may be the only one in your friend group that refuses to take that step in the wrong direction. You might be the only one at work who won't cut corners. You might be the only one who still believes that holiness is the right decision, that holiness is good. Hey, you need to know that God sees you, that steady obedience matters more than the opinions of those around you. So here's a simple way to think about walking with God. Choose what is right over what's easy because you trust the one you walk with. So in ordinary places, in ordinary days, just make decisions that show that God is with you. Like, read Scripture before you pick up the phone. Speak honestly in those conversations maybe that you've been avoiding. Choose purity when temptation really is right there in calling you to find that quick relief, right? Keep your word, even when nobody else might know. Forgive. Forgive when it's hard. Forgive when bitterness feels far more satisfying. And stay faithful, even when quitting looks easier. Those steps form a path that over time shows that you're walking with God, and that's life-changing. Look, you're not walking alone. Jesus Christ brings you near to God. He stays faithful when you fail. He steadies you when you feel weak. He gives grace for whatever the next step is. So, here's what I want you to do today. I want you to write down one concrete way that you can walk with God today. One step. Open that scripture, take 5 minutes before you start your day, before you touch your phone, before you open up Facebook, before you open up Instagram. or whatever it is. There may be a decision that you have to make. What is that decision? That's not the easy decision, but what's the right decision? You see, walking with God, it is about direction, the direction of obedience and trust. Hey, this Sunday, we're going to continue to see how God uses this one faithful man in a collapsing world and how grace builds an ark before that storm ever hits. I want you to come be a part of that. Love you, church. Walk with God today. That's the pastor's devotion. Come back and see me tomorrow, and I look forward to seeing you this Sunday.